Hi, this is a reading for the sign of Cancer. How you guys doing? So Cancer, this is Vortex Voyage, and what this reading is about for you guys is the flow of frequency through your body and then out into your reality. Knowing the currency of your energetic freeway gives opportunities to calibrate your alchemy, and all humans are in a constant state of alchemical process. So I'm going to start with the Enchanted Map Oracle for you guys. That was fast. So Cancer, stuck in the mud is the energy that came out for you. So because it's an Oracle deck, I don't memorize it, it's too hard, too much. So it says, you're being invited to stop and savor the wonder of your life. Becoming stuck is sometimes the only way to trick yourself into slowing down and looking around you. In fact, this is a sign that you need to shift your focus away from what you're doing and place your attention elsewhere. Struggling will only get you to an even muddier place. Now is not the time to move forward, but to observe. Clarity about your circumstances will come a little later. Stop and find the joy in what you've been overlooking. Soon you'll be out of the mud, but for now, be still and know that Spirit has a plan for you. All right. Show me some messages for Cancers for right now for this energy reading. Okay, Cancer, so you've got body changes showing up for you. Body changes and grief work. And then relationship dynamics. So these could be areas that are, well, these are areas that are highlighted for you at this time, for them to come into your attention so that you can consciously look into them. Perhaps the relationships that you've been in, are affecting you physically, and there's a point of reference for you to be mindful of that. Okay. So this is about your chakras. Chakras are the wheels of light along our spine that are like the hubs of energy. And then the meridians in our bodies are where the currency flows through from the hubs of energy. So this will tell me what chakras you have activated. What chakras are activated for Cancer right now that they should know about? What are the chakras that Cancer should pay attention to right now? So you've got creation, and I shuffled 3 times, so this is really prominent for you right now. This is all about manifesting and how you are co-creating with Source at all times. And this is the ether energy. It's like surrounding. I'm sure you know what the ethers are. Then you've got forgiveness, and it's the violet border, which is all about your crown. So this is like a lot of you are invited to decipher your psychic downloads that you're getting from Source and to pay attention to that. And that's why you are being called to, like, take a pause and really evaluate things and to exemplify some forgiveness for yourself and for others. All right, so I'm going to take a look at what archetype Cancer is mostly embodying right now. This is the Tarot of Majors. It's only got the majors in it, so there's no minor arcana here. So Cancer, we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and this is very much like your sign energy, which is very motherly, maternal, very much into the finances, very good with finances, I should say, a good gardener, very nurturing. People look up to you, and it's not gender specific, it's just that kind of energy. And then the Chariot, which is your major arcana in the tarot as the underlying energy. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I like that card. Okay, so the first card I'm going to get from the tarot is about your, this is the currency of your energetic highway, or sorry, freeway. Ooh, the moon. And the moon is your ruler, right, Cancer? So this is awesome to see. But it also tells me that there's a lot of feelings and moods that are affecting the way your energy cascades out from you, which then, has an effect on everything in your reality. So be mindful of the moon phases. And if you can, it's probably a good idea for you to like take a month and just jot down once a day a couple sentences about whatever it is that you're feeling or thinking or have going on, and then you can sync that up at the end of the month to the phases of the moon, because you are ruled by the moon, and it will really show you how the different phases affect you. And then you can go forth with like an understanding, a better understanding, because Cancer, you're a water sign, you're just so very fluid, and there's just a lot of learning that can be had for you to benefit you. How can Cancers bring more equilibrium into their experience? The Four of Swords. There's that stuck in the mud energy. This is about taking a respite, and it's mostly mental, because it's swords, which is air energy, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. So you're being asked to find a better balance, to give yourself a mental respite. Allow yourself that energy of just, tapping out for a while. Now, this is going to be the zero sum game. What is in our lives, people, we play the zero sum game, and without even realizing it, for some of us, we don't know we're doing it. It's when the energy, it starts as one value, okay, and then the value never increases because somebody has to lose for somebody to gain. So there's never any growth. That's why the zero sum game is very harmful, and a lot of us do it in our relationships. I mean, there's so many examples of zero sum games. Look it up on Google if you're not familiar with it, because it is very it's a very prominent part of human existence. So what can you tell me about Cancer's zero sum game? What is the energy of Cancer's zero sum game? The Two of Wands. So this is like having been given a lot, this person is holding the world in their hands. So it's like you've been gifted a lot of things, but there's a yearning for more. And that's not a bad thing, but this is about a decision. So you could be um, enacting the zero sum game in parts of your experience, in your decision making, in what you're yearning for in life, or the goals that you set for yourself. You could be interacting with a fire sign because of the wands when you do this. And then the Three of Swords, this is about hurt. It does bring a lot of pain and sorrow, that kind of interaction. So just be aware of that. And then the outside influences that are affecting you, whether the consequences are good or bad. What are the outside influences for Cancer? So you got Temperance here. Now, Temperance is the virtuous arcana. It's a Sagittarius energy. This is all about alchemy. This is the alchemical process here, because this card is all about taking from the, like, extracting from the experiences we've had, the lesson, and then leaving the pain. For one example, it's a psychological um, process that happens in life. It also speaks about moderation, finding the middle road, and balance. It's a big one on balance and patience and divine timing. And it is the angel of the major arcana. So you do have a lot of guidance from spirit, and your spirit guides, you should pay more attention to them. What is something Cancer should think about? Something that you should think about, Cancer, is the Ace of Wands. This is about a beginning in passion. It could be sexuality, something sensual, something spiritual. That's what the wands represent. but it's about your passions and it's about a beginning. And then the Seven of Cups, this is all about choices. And so what what this is saying is that evaluate your choice making process, and also don't allow yourself to become too afraid by the options, like so many options, because it wears you down and it keeps you from the potency of the right choice. So just spend some time in respite, maybe do some reflecting and some meditation on what choices you're being guided to make. And then the Ace of Cups is underlying that, and this is from spirit. I mean, it's just like this overwhelming love, unconditional love. It's bountiful, it's abundant, and it's overflowing here for you. And this is the Ace of Cups, so it's the beginning. So you're being invited here by spirit to take it all in and to flow with the frequency of the divine in a more pronounced way, and that's by giving your mind a respite. Okay. Speaking of our minds, I'm going to pull from this deck, and it's all about our thought processes, and it gives messages regarding that. So show me for Cancer, the message for Cancer for this reading. Okay, so Cancer, you've got contrastive, I've never heard that word like that before, contrastive analysis. Contrastive analysis allows you to compare two states. Look at that. That's one of the cards you got. And it can compare two states, and that's the Two of Wands. Allows you to compare two states, uncovering what makes one more resourceful than the other. For example, if you're confident speaking to friends but freeze in meetings, observe the difference in posture, tone, and focus. Once you understand the structure of success, you can replicate it. And interrupting patterns at the bottom of the deck for you. Every habit is a loop. Trigger, action, reward. Using pattern interrupts, you can break this cycle by introducing small, intentional disruptions to any habit you want to change. Over time, these interruptions become part of the pattern, creating lasting transformations. Okay, show me an extrasensory ESP for Cancer. What's the most potent? Okay, you got two. So Mercury, this is all about communication. We're in Mercury retrograde right now, but Mercury rules over Gemini and Virgo. The urge to communicate perceptions through skill or speech, communication in the mind. See, there's a lot of energy around your mind in this reading and how you're creating. And then Venus, the urge to be sociable and express affections, harmony, values, and beauty. So that's two planets here for you. Mercury is the communications planet. It's and Venus is all about love and aesthetics here. At the bottom of the deck is telepathy, and it says the ability to transmit or receive thoughts supernaturally. So Cancer, this is your Vortex Voyage reading, and I hope that some of these messages helped you. Take care.